We are recording for the benefit of people that are not present today, or sometimes one of you may be missing, and we record so that you can watch it later. And also, in this course, we are going to do some practical things, so some commands. I will explain how to do something with commands, and you will repeat what I am doing. So it is important to record it so that you can watch it later and repeat the steps that I explain during the lesson or during the meeting. Another way is that you can try to follow me right away. So I write a command and you follow me. I write another command and you follow me, but this is difficult. And sometimes you may get stuck, and then there is not enough time to help everybody. We will fall behind the schedule if we try to do it to progress at the same time, everybody at the same time. So I think it is better that I explain something, and I will also I have listed all the commands in this web page. I can post it on the chat, so that you can follow later all the steps by watching the recorded video, and also by following the instructions in this page. So to follow these instructions, you need a terminal, a Linux terminal. If you are using Linux, and I know that most of you are already using Linux, this is fine. You can use your own PC, your own laptop to try these commands. But if you don't have Linux, then you can use this virtual computer lab. Let me post this on the chat as well. And in this virtual computer lab, you can log in with the username cloud. Let me type it again. And the password apps. Let me show it on a different window. And I'll make it full screen. Okay, and now there are these two connections. This one is a graphical connection, and this one is an SSH text-based connection. Let me try first the graphical one. And now you need another username and password. And for each user, the username is the same as the username that you use for login to Moodle. And the password is your email address. So the email address that is in your Moodle account you can use it as a password here. I will use just a test account, user1. And here you can open the terminal and try the commands that you need. So this is as a backup solution in case you don't have Linux. If you have Linux at your laptop, it is better to use your laptop. If you don't have Linux, either install it in a couple of days or use this one if you don't want to install it. So this is the graphical interface, but I think it is better to use the SSH connection. So this one, the second one. I wrote the wrong password. Let me try it again. And while you are here at the text interface, maybe you want to make the font bigger or smaller. You can type Control Alt and Shift. Control Alt and Shift. And you see this panel on the left. And here there is the font size. For example, I can make it smaller. And to close this panel, again, Control Alt and Shift. And you see the fonts are smaller. So this is for the Virtual Computer Lab. I will post these instructions in an announcement in Moodle later after the course, so that you don't, in case you don't remember. Okay. And now about the course, you already know the content of the course, but let me explain it, or let me summarize it again. So the aim of this course is to learn how to install some applications on a web VPS, on a virtual private server in the cloud. And there are lots of applications that can be installed on the cloud. For example, WordPress, Nextcloud, Discourse, Moodle, etc. So there are hundreds or thousands of free software applications that can be installed. So learning how to install applications is a useful skill, I think, in my opinion. And to learn an application in the cloud, you need to know how to install the database, for example, and how to manage it, basic management, creating a user, creating a database, and so on. You also need to install a web server, usually. Apache 2 is a web server, Nginx is another web server. We'll see how to install these things in this course. And also, in order to install more than one application, in order to install several web applications in the same server, we need a reverse proxy. A reverse proxy makes things not easier, but it makes it possible to install several applications in the same server. If we don't use a reverse proxy, then we have to use one application per server, and we will create one VPS for one application, another VPS for another application, another VPS for another application, which is both expensive and it is difficult to manage, to maintain. But with a reverse proxy, we can install 4 or 5 or 6 web applications in just one VPS. This is more economical, cheaper, and it is also easier to maintain and to manage. And using an application can be installed using the packages of the system. For example, we are going to use Debian, Debian 13, which is the latest one for our VPS. And it has a package for Apache 2. It has a package for Nginx. And we can install this with these packages. We can install PHP with Debian packages. We can install MariaDB or MySQL with Debian packages. We can install PostgreSQL. And we can install several applications. But sometimes these different applications have different requirements. For example, one web application may require PHP 7.4. For example, another one requires PHP 8. And to install both of them in the same server, we have to install 2 different versions of PHP, which is difficult. But there is another way. We can use Docker containers to encapsulate an application. So we can install an application inside the Docker container, and we can install all the requirements in this Docker container, the PHP that it requires, all the dependencies, etc. And we can install another application in another Docker container. And these two applications are isolated from each other. So one of them can have a different version of PHP and a different version of database, and the other one can have another version of PHP and database. So they don't conflict with each other because they are isolated by Docker. So this is why we are going to learn how to use Docker. And installing and maintaining Docker containers, it is easy, but the Docker commands tend to be long and they have lots of options. And it is not easy to remember these options. So we have to use some scripts to manage these Docker containers. And we can use bash scripting for this. So we can create a bash script for the command that starts the container, because it has like 5 or 6 or 10 options, and it is a long. It can be a long command. And we can create another bash script to backup the application that is inside this container. And so on. We can do this for different applications. But to manage these containers more easily, we can use Docker Compose. And I cannot explain the details of Docker Compose right now. We are going to learn it during the course, but it makes the management of Docker containers easier. And also we can use Docker scripts, which are bash scripts that I have developed for managing Docker containers. And we'll see these as well. And by the end of the course, we will also see how to create Incus containers. Incus containers are a different kind of container, different from Docker containers. An Incus container is like a virtual system. It is like a virtual system inside the VPS itself. And inside an Incus container, we can install Docker again, and we can install some other applications. And okay, maybe I'm talking too much details. Maybe they don't make sense right now, but along the course we are going to learn, hopefully, some of these details, and it will start to make sense to you. And we will also learn some good practices for managing applications. For example, it is not enough to install an application. We also should know how to update it or how to upgrade it when the time comes. We should be able to do it. Also, we should make backup, and we should know how to restore this backup, because bad things sometimes happen, and we can lose the application. So we should always have a backup of the application, and we should also know how to restore it, because a backup that we cannot restore is worth nothing. It is worthless. And we are going to use Borg for making backups. And also another thing is managing SSL certificates. When we see HTTPS on the link, where is it? Here. So this means that it is this website is secured with an SSL certificate. So if we look at the details, connection is secure, certificate is valid, so it has an SSL certificate, and we see that this is an Let's Encrypt certificate. This certificate is issued by Let's Encrypt. And we will learn how to do this for our applications, how to get an SSL certificate for our web applications, and how to do it easily. What else? Web applications usually need to send notification emails. For example, one case is that you forgot the password. There is a link that you say, I forgot the password, reset the password. And in order to reset the password, the application needs to send an email to you with a reset link. So an application should be able to send notification emails. And some applications, for example, like Moodle, need to send applications frequently. For example, because there are students in a course, in a Moodle course, and the Moodle needs to send them notifications about different events and so on, about the discussions, etc. So knowing how to send notifications from an application is necessary. We will see in this course how to install a simple SMTP server, which can be used by these applications to send notifications to the users. Okay. Now you know the schedule. It is on Friday and Saturday. We have lessons, and on Tuesday we have discussion. Now, what does it mean, discussion? On Friday and Saturday, I'm going to explain something and to show how to do something, and you are going to repeat it on your own VPS. And if you have some problems, then you can ask me, or I can help you during the discussion session. But usually, from the experience of the last course, there are not so many questions during the discussion, and also we are always late with the lessons. So we usually don't finish all the things that we have to finish in 2 hours. So we also continue on the discussion hour with lessons most of the time. But if you have any questions, you can always ask, and not just ask, but I can help you on your own VPS. We will see how we can help each other. For example, you have a VPS, you can give me temporary access to your VPS so that I can help you with what you are doing in case you have some problems. It is easy, it is not difficult, so we will see it later how it can be done. And what else? So later, starting from the next week, I will show you how to install a VPS, how to get a VPS on Hetzner, because I'm using Hetzner, and you can also use Hetzner so that you can follow my steps closely, and how to set up it, how to prepare it for the work that we will do later. And you also will have to purchase a VPS. It is not very expensive. It is 3 or 4 or 5 euros per month. A VPS of 4 GB RAM. We will see it next week. And also, I can give you some subdomain for the projects that you are going to do. For example, for installing WordPress or for installing Nextcloud, you need a domain for it. I can give you a subdomain on my domain, fs.al. But if you have your own domain, if you can purchase or if you can use your own domain, this is better for you, not for me, because you can continue to use it later after the course is finished. And also we will have some assignments during the course. The assignments usually are so that I make sure that you are following along the course. For example, I explain how to install WordPress. I give you as an assignment, install WordPress on your VPS and send me the URL of the site that you installed, so that I can make sure that you are following. Or later I will install, for example, Nextcloud, and I will ask you install Nextcloud on your VPS and send me the URL of the site. so that I can check it and make sure that you are following. So these are not big assignments. These are just to make sure that you are repeating the steps that I do, and I can verify that you are doing it. And if you manage to do more than 80% of the assignments, or if you get 80% of all the points, then you will be awarded a certificate of accomplishment. But in my opinion, this is not the most important thing of the course. The most important thing is that at the end of the course, you know how to install things on your VPS, and you have learned something useful. And what else? There is also so the first week, today and tomorrow, we will start with some basic Linux commands, and next week also with some basic bash scripting. And maybe these are easy for you because most of you know the basics of Linux commands. I hope so. But anyway, we can refresh them. It doesn't hurt. It is not bad. And there is also a quiz about these. There is also a quiz about the Linux commands and bash scripting. And you can try the questions from this quiz on your own. And if you see something that you don't understand, you can ask me, or you can ask on the discussion. The discussion is here. So there is one page for announcements. I make here announcement. Only I can post here. And there is also another page for discussions. And here anybody can post. For example, if you have a question, if you don't understand something, you can ask a question here, and I can help you, or somebody else who knows the answer can help you. So let's have a look at a couple of questions from the quiz, just to see how we can work with them. The first question: if A is assigned 2 and B is assigned 1, which of these commands will run without errors and display OK? Now, there are 5 options. If I look at them, even I'm not sure what will be the answer, the correct answer. Which one is the correct answer? Because there are some subtle things, but there is an easy way to find what is the correct answer. I can try this command on the terminal and see what is the output. I can type it, or I can copy and paste. Let me try the first one. Control C, Control copy. I go to the terminal and paste it. Control Shift and V. In terminal, it is not just Control V, it is Control Shift and V. And press Enter. This one is printing OK. So this is equal, comparing A with B. So the correct answer should be this one. But let us check the other options as well. Let me copy. But I have forgotten to assign 2 to A and 1 to B. So this may not be the correct answer. I was surprised. How can it be the correct answer? So I forgot to assign. So A is assigned the value 2. Enter. B is assigned the value of 1. And now I try this command, and this is fine because 2 is not equal to 1. Okay, let me try the other option. This is printing okay. So this is an equal, no, it is not an equal sign, but why it is printing okay? I'm not sure, but this one is printing okay. So this should be the correct answer. For completeness, let me check the other options as well. This is not printing okay. This is printing an error because a variable should be preceded with a $sign here, and the $sign is missing. So it is displaying an error. And let's try this one as well. Control C, Control copy, Control Shift V, enter. Again, this is an error. So the correct answer should be the option B in this case. Let me check. And this is the correct answer. Okay. And go to the next question, the next page. How many arguments will the command sort take if we run these commands in an empty directory? So there are one command here, and this is separating one command from another, and this is another command, and here this semicolon separates again the commands, and this is the third command. So this A star, I'm not sure how we can test this and get the correct answer, but let me try to find it by reasoning. This who is this command is creating this file A1, and then this touch is creating the files with names A, A2, BA, CA, and now this A star means all the files that start with A, and we have one file, 2, 3 that start with A. So the command sort is going to take 3 arguments. So the correct answer should be this one. Oh, this is the wrong answer because this also creates another file that starts with A. So the correct answer should be this one. Starts with it takes 4 arguments. Anyway, this is tricky. Even I can get them wrong. So if you get some commands, some answers wrong, don't worry. It is fine. What will be displayed if we run these commands? cd/temp, it will go to this directory /temp. Make dir 1, it will create this directory, the directory with name 1, and then make dir 2, it will create the directory with name 2, and then print work directory. But anyway, this command does not display anything. It is it does something, but it does not display anything in the terminal. Also, this one does not display anything, this one does not display anything, and this displays the current directory, print working directory. And the current directory is this one, /temp. So the correct answer should be this one. Let's try another question. How many lines are in the file bar after we execute the command? Actually, this is not one command. There are several commands that are separated by a semicolon. So this is going to create the file x, and it will store this line into this file. This command is going to append, it is going to append a second line to the line x. And then this cut is going to display the content of the file x and again the content of the file x. So it is going to display it twice. And the output from the command cut will be stored on the file bar. And I think that the correct answer should be 4. So there are going to be 4 lines in the file bar. Let me check it. Okay, this is correct. But there is an easy way to find the answer of this question. We can execute these commands and check the file bar how many lines it has at the end. So let me copy. Oops. Control C. I will create an empty directory. And now I will write these commands here. Control Shift V and enter. I see that there is this file bar. I can see the content of the file bar. And we see that it has 4 lines. So the answer is verified. So even if we don't understand what is going on here, we can try this command and find the correct answer. Okay, I will stop with the quiz now, and you can continue yourself at home. Now I will start with this with some basic commands which are listed here in this page. So there is this side Linux -CLI command line interface .fs.al, and here there is this more and cloud apps. These are the notes for our course in this and the course has 6 parts. There is an extra part here, but we have 6 parts in the syllabus, in the program. And each part is going to take around 2 weeks. And so there will be 12 or 14 weeks. Why 12 or 14? Because sometimes we are late and we are not able to do everything in 2 weeks. And so maybe it will take a little bit longer than 12 weeks. And the part 1 is for this week and the next week. And we will start with some basic commands and some basic bash scripting. And I will also show how to set up a VPS. And you are going to do it on the 3rd week, on the 2nd week and the 3rd week. So let's start with some basic commands that maybe you already know, but let's do it anyway. Let's do them anyway. So I am clearing the screen. Let me also move this test directory, remove it. Now this command pwd prints the working directory, print working directory. It is showing the directory on which we are working. And there is the command ls, which maybe you know that means list. And it is listing the content of one directory. For example, ls/usr is going to list the content of the directory /usr. This is the content of this directory. It contains some subdirectories. With the command cd, we can change the current directory. cd/usr, we are going to the directory /usr. So we are changing the current directory. Change directory. And we can verify in which directory we are now by using the command print working directory. So we are in the directory usr. And also with the command ls, we can see the content of the current directory. So ls and the name of the directory or the path of the directory is showing the content of this directory. Just ls without any argument is showing, is displaying the content of the current directory. And we can also add an option to the command ls, for example ls -l, and this means long listing. So it is listing the content of the directory, but in long format, one line for each item. In this case, one line for each subdirectory. And the command cd can also take dot dot as an argument with a space here. So cd space and then dot dot. This dot dot means the directory above the parent directory. So we are in the directory /usr. Dot dot is the directory / which is the root directory. which is the root directory. Here we see the content of the root directory with the command ls. Now, in this directory, we see these subdirectories. I can go to the subdirectory bin, for example, with the command cd space bin. And this means go to the subdirectory bin, which is in the current directory. This is a relative path. Relative means I explain the path starting from the current directory. Now, ls, this is showing the content of this directory. If I type ls b star, it shows only the files or directories or subdirectories, only the items in this directory that start with B. So B is the first letter, and this star mean any letter, any letters. It can be 0 or more letters. Now I see this file, bzles. Let me see more details about this file. ls-l bzles. This is long listing for this file, or whatever it is. And we see, I see some information here, which are the permissions, the owner, the group, the modification date and time, and also this is showing something that this is a symbolic link. This bzles is a symbolic link to this file bzmore. There is this command file. With this command file, we can learn more about a file or a directory or something. So file bzles is showing the type of this file, and the type of this file is a symbolic link to bzmore. Now, if I try to find the type of this bzmore file, bzmore, it tells me that it is a POSIX shell script. It is a shell script, ASCII text executable. ASCII text means that it is readable by humans. It is human readable. And executable means that it has the execute permission. It can be executed as a script. Now, the files are separated into two big classes, binary files and text files. Text files contain letters, for example, A, B, C, 1, 0, 2, and so on. And they are readable by humans. Binary files contains some information that is not readable by humans. Of course, it is readable by a program or by the computer. It can be read and interpreted by a computer, but not by people. Now, because this is an ASCII text file, we can see the content of this file. And to see a content of a text file, we can use the command less bz more. It is displaying the content of the file page by page. So it is displaying the first page, and then I can press the down arrow and it will move line by line. Or I can press the up arrow, it will go down. I can also press enter, it goes, the file goes up. Or I can press space, it moves by pages, moves one page up. Space again, and now we are at the end of the file. There is no more content. I can exit from the command less by pressing Q. So with quit, press Q for quit. Exit from the command less. And we can also use an editor to see the content of the text file, and also to edit it if we want to edit, if we need to edit something. For example, let me use the editor nano bz less, bz more. This is a readable text file. So this is the content of this file, which is a bash script. Not bash, it is a shell script. Not bash. Anyway, they are very similar. So this is the content of this script, and I can exit from the nano editor by pressing Ctrl X. This sign here is for control. So press Ctrl X to exit. Ctrl X. Another file in this directory that starts with B is this one, bash. Let's also look at this one. So I'm displaying the details of this, a detailed display for this file. And if I also add the option H here, this is for human readable. So this is the option -L, -H, but they can be also typed -LH. And H stands for human readable. And it shows the size of the file in a human readable format. For example, here it is not easy to figure out what is the real size. This is in bytes, but this is in 1.4 megabyte. This is easier to understand for humans. And I can look at the content, at the type of this file. File bash. It shows ELF 64-bit LSB Pi executable ARM architecture, etc. version 1 and so on. All this means that it is a binary file. It is an executable file. It is a binary file. It is not text. A text file. It is not readable by humans. But let's try to look at the content of this file anyway with less bash. And the command less is actually giving a warning. Bash may be a binary file, see it anyway. Yes, I pressed Y, and we see that it looks like garbage. It is a program. It can be understood and executed by the computer, but not by us, not by humans. Press Q to exit from less. Now let's look at a directory, file /etc, and the command file shows us that this is of type directory. This /etc is a directory, and actually if we do ls, directories are shown with this blue color, and the symbolic links are shown with this light cyan, or I don't know what kind of color it is. And let's look at the content. ls/etc, enter. In this directory, usually there are configuration files, and one of them is the file that stores the user accounts. Okay. I am looking for this file, password. I can complete with tab. So this file, for example, stores user accounts. It says password, but actually the password is not here, only the username and some other details. And we can check what type of file is this, file/this. It is ASCII text. ASCII text means that we can look at the content of this file. Let's try to see it with less. And these are the accounts in this system, one for each user. Now let's see some commands for manipulating files and directories. How to create, how to rename, how to delete a directory or a file. Let me go to the home directory with cd. Just cd without no arguments moves us to the home directory of the user. I will create a test directory with make dir test1. This is the directory that I created. So this command, make dir, creates a new directory. Let's go to this directory that we created with the command cd test1. We change the directory to this one. Now I will create two other directories. Make directory dir1 and dir2. ls, it has created these two directories as subdirectories into the current directory, which is test1. Now I will copy a file into the current directory. I will copy the file /etc/password, the file that we checked above. I will copy it to the current directory. So this cp means copy. It is copying this file to this directory. In this case, dot means the current directory. So we made a copy of this file into the current directory. Long listing. with the option -L. Now let me try to copy again the same file into the current directory, but I am going to use the option -V. The option -V for the command copy means verbose. Verbose means that it is showing what it is doing. So it is copying this file into this file. This is the current directory to the file password in the current directory. So Linux commands usually are terse. Terse means that they just do the work and they don't give much information or explanation. But if I use the command, if I use the option -V with some commands, they become verbose. Verbose means that they show what they are doing. Now, let me try again the same command, but using the option -I. This -I means interactive, and when a command is interactive, when it is in the mode interactive, it is asking for confirmation in case there is some potentially destructive operation. So I already have this file here, and I am trying to copy another file into this directory with the same name, and this is going to delete the current file. So this can be potentially destructive. This can be harmful sometimes, and that's why it is asking for confirmation. Do you want to overwrite the current file? Yes or no? I will press yes. Y. Press Y and enter. Now there is another command, MV, which means move. And with move we can change the location of a file or a directory, or it can also be used for renaming. For example, I can say move password, which is the file that we have in this directory, this file, to the name, for example, fun. And now I don't have this file, but it is the same file but with a different name. So in this case it is used like rename. Move this file to the file with this name. It is a rename operation. And now I can use the command move fun dir1. The file fun is not here, but if you check dir1, it is on that directory. Or we can use the command tree to see the structure of the current directory. So this is the current directory. This is subdirectory dir1 and subdirectory dir2. Inside the subdirectory dir1 we have this file fun. So in this case, we moved this file to this directory. So if the second argument is a directory, then it is going to move this file to change the location of this file from the current directory to the destination directory. Now, if I want to move this file to the directory dir1, what should I do? What should be the command that I should give? It is move dir1 fun to the directory dir2. So I am specifying the path to this file, and this is a relative path starting from the current directory. Go to the subdirectory dir1 and then this is the file, move it to the directory dir2. I see that Anton has a question. Yes, Anton. Do you have some question?
Oh, it's under the time 20.
Sorry, I cannot hear you well.
Hear me?
I-
Hello?
yes,
you hear me?
I can hear you better.
Okay, I only wanted to mention that we have passed 1 hour.
Okay, it is almost just 1 hour. Okay, so just
I'm
a couple of minutes.
worried about my mind, you know?
Okay,
Overload.
okay, we are going to stop soon. Just a couple of minutes and we will stop. Okay? Just a couple of minutes and we will stop for today and we will continue tomorrow. Now, if I want to move this file into the current directory, let me use the command move dir2 fan, because this is the path to this file right now, and move it to the current directory, which is dot. So now we have the file in the current directory.